Hi, I'm an agile anticonus, and that bloke Derek is driving us nuts out here in the forest. He's in here every day after work, photographing and filming all the time. And on the weekend, he's there Saturday, Sunday, he doesn't give us a break. Driving us nuts. Oh no, here he comes again. Alright, I'm out of here. See ya.
Well, g'day, I'm Derek Hilton, and today it's all about photographing birds. How do we maximise our chances at getting a photograph of a bird? Take, for example, you walk through a forest, hopefully you get something. Maybe you will, maybe you have good luck. It doesn't work that way for me. I don't have a lot of luck with just walking through a forest and coming out with a whole heap of photos. But what I have to do is maximise my ability to get something. So really ensuring that I'll get something nearly every time I go out. Take, for example, this fallen head off a tree. It's just come down and stuck itself in the ground looking beautiful, just like pretty well much like a piece of sculpture. Now we have lots of shrubs and low growth around here that's seeding at the minute. So the likelihood of a bird coming and landing on that piece of sculpture is pretty high, and you can hear I've just got some birds here. Now, because they're so small, all the birds that are in the reserve at the back of my place, they're all under the size of a blackbird, or under the size of a kookaburra. So they're all fast moving, very hard to get. So what camera settings do I have to use for that? Well, a thousandth of a second is your shutter speed, and my camera is just stuck to that all the time to freeze the action, whether a bird's in flight or just grooming itself or on the move on the ground. It's just, it has to stay that way. Any slower and you'll start to get blur in the feathers and whatever. I have the flash extender, which is a real must if you're photographing birds. That gives you a little bit more distance. Now you have to leave your shutter speed where it is and work your aperture up and down in your ISO. So to keep it on the sweet spot, I have the aperture set at f11. So if I can get that all the time, it's great, but it depends on the distance. And normally you might get a bird that's about 3 or 4 metres away. Well, I've got to start dropping off a little bit with the aperture. If it's 4 metres away, I'm dropping down to 8 or a bit less. If they're up within 3 metres or under, I can come back up to f11 and get a great result. And why am I trying to get that sweet spot, that f11? Because a zoom lens and a big sensor that you have on the Canon 5D Mark II give you a very shallow depth of field, and the depth of field drops off dramatically, especially with the big sensor. After 3 to 5 millimeters you start to see very quick drop off of depth of field, so your sharpness of your object. So that's why I stick with as high f-stop as I possibly can. Right, so anyways, that's enough about the camera. Let's go and have a look at some places that will really give you good opportunities to give you the maximum chance of getting a good shot of a bird. So let's go down to the creek and have a look at some of the places where I sit and muck around. Well, another good place to get consistent photographs of birds is right on the creek. So if you have a nice setup where they're going to fly into the water and you can get a good shot of them flying into the water, that's good. It'll take hours, you'll just have to sit there and wait. But to really up the ante on getting a photograph of a bird, have a look at the branches and trees that are right near. Like this, you've got the little grey fantail. Could take a really good shot right now. Thank you very much for that. Coming in so close. Well, there you go, I just missed out on an opportunity to take a photograph, didn't I? And that's because the water's just down there. Come up onto here, sit, preen their feathers, and maybe shoot down and go for another dip, come back up again. So it's always about maximising our opportunities. And a good point to make too is if you're you play a lot of sport, a team sport, reading play. You'll learnt all about reading play and understanding what's going to happen next. The other mate's got the ball on the court, basketball court say. He's coming around, you know where he's going to go to, so you've got to get in position before he gets there. Well, the same with this sort of situation. Birds are all down there, I can't get a clear shot, there's just all leaves and crap in the way. But here, if I'm lucky enough, well, I've given myself the opportunity to have a good chance at getting a photograph of him coming onto here. So there you go, a couple more tips. Now, the great opportunity comes along when birds are nesting. You get one that's at the right height and allows you to come up fairly close without too much drama. They're the ones that I get a lot of pleasure out of, because you can photograph as the stages go along. Chick hatches, mum's feeding the chicks, and I've got some great shots like that over the years. But the best photograph for me is on the last day when the chicks are going to fly the coop. If you're lucky enough to be there at they're on the right day at the right time. I've had some really good photographs, and here's some of them now. So that's what I'm after. I'm after that action, the wings out. As mum comes in with the grub or whatever, try and outdo my brother and sister. I want to get in there first. Wings out, spread, get mum's attention. Fantastic shots, but they're not always easy to get. So there you go, there's a few more tips. Another great place to take photographs of birds can be on fruiting trees. This is the kangaroo apple, little bush that has these little fruits on them, an orange one, and you'll get lots of birds like the silver-eyed honeyeater. Honeyeaters in general all love to come and eat these. They are edible for humans, but they're bitter and horrible, so they're best left for the birds. So yeah, you can just hang around here, wait for something to come along. When they're all really ripe, that'll draw them right in. But, not always easy spot to get a photograph. You've got to be very careful with your movements around the branches, because there's lots of leaves in the way. But yeah, try and maximise things. Try and give yourself the best opportunity to get a photograph by looking at, okay, that's a nice branch just there. It's got a couple of fruit there. I'll stand here, and I've got another opportunity right here. There's another branch here with some fruit on that I can get clear shots. So there you go, another tip. Alright, that's all I got for you now. I'm going to go off and do a bit of photography myself. I hope you got something out of this. All my subscribers, thank you very much for signing up. All 14 of you at the minute. It's fantastic. So if anyone else there wants to subscribe, just subscribe down there. If you want to go and have a look at anything else I've been doing, go and have a look at my channel. I practice at making wildlife documentaries, and I do a few tips here and there. I'll catch you later. See you guys.